Just when you may have thought that this summer couldn't get any hotter with releases from Clips, Boldy James, Raekwon the Chef, the Butcher returns with his second installment of Summertime Butch. What is good, y'all? It's your boy Mixtape Moth. If you are rocking with this content, go ahead and smash that like button. Also subscribe. But today, I'm going to be hitting y'all with my thoughts on this new one from The Butcher entitled Summertime Butch 2. So far in 2025, Benny the Butcher has been rapping, but dropping projects with little to no promotion. Now, in the springtime, The Butcher had dropped his surprise EP, Excelsior. It was one that didn't receive a lot of buzz, but it was very solid nonetheless. It didn't have quite the hype that The Butcher received in 2024 with Everybody Can't Go. But Benny has been active in 2025, even having verses on Black Soprano family projects. But Summertime Butch 2 is his first full-length drop of the year. It has 12 tracks lasting approximately 33 minutes. There are a lot of features and production from Derringer, Mike Will Made It, John Sparks, One Ryan, Black Metaphor, Nickel Plates, Corey Mo, Bink, and Zookeepers. But with that being said, let me go ahead and just hit y'all with that track by track breakdown. The opener contains the same summer feeling hook that we initially heard on Summer 25 Freestyle, but the first actual song is Jasmine's featuring Westside Gunn, and it's one of the highlights. You have this celebratory jazz sample courtesy of Derringer that is very odd and very in step with the Derringer sound. You have the muddy horns and light percussion. Gunn opens it up with more of a double time flow. I didn't necessarily love Westside's portion here as much, but Benny really stole the show with his performance. It was one verse that I actually had to rewind a couple times because it was that fire. Benny had this scheme where he was rapping about what's the state of rap like 3 times in the track. He said, F is the state of rap. Same shit that they've been trying to ask since Pac died and Big left. And the game went a little lopsided on the pop side, and I cried. It's elementary that you add some entries to your top 5 because evidently I'm in my prime doing better than them who done got signed. And it just keeps going. Like the flow, the pocket, the wordplay from Benny was some of his best of this year. I'm not saying it was like source of the month rhyme worthy status, but it could have been. But yeah, Jasmine's was super hard. The follow-up, Hood on Fire, is almost as good too. This features Bruiser Wolf and it has a murky, understated beat from Derringer. And it's like Benny unlocks a new flow with this one too. That's crazy. He just talks his talk effortlessly, saying, last 8 years, I've been top 5. Look at the case that I'm making. I don't want to hear no thank yous. That ain't compensation. And he goes on to say, I buy drops every summer so I can make observations. I'm getting hate connotations, feeling zen, folks. My pen stroke, it changed populations. I can paint conversations in America where I've seen greed and race divide a nation, from the hood where if your dog turned to a snake, it's a violation. So just great penmanship from The Butcher. I really enjoyed the flow change up here and just the urgency to the way he was spitting, and it was done in an agile way. Bruiser Wolf's part was cool. It was different, so I could appreciate that, but I almost wish we would have gotten 2 verses from Benny instead of the one from Bruiser Wolf, but that's just my take. The next one is Told You So, and this is Benny getting on his motivational tip, inspiring the streets over a plush trap beat from Mike Will Made It. That's very polished, almost sounds like it could have been on a Def Jam major drop. And this one is for all the doubters. Benny is saying that he told you so. He also speaks on being on this perennial quest for greatness. You know, it's your from nothing to something anthem, and I couldn't hate on it. After the Where's Butch skit from the Pittsburgh comedian Mike Murphy, you have the gem Summer 25. Now, Benny is 2 for 2 with these summer freestyle tracks. You have this crisp mafioso beat from Harlem Zone that's very fly and cinematic. Benny said, the streets need a Griselda album and shit. I need a bigger crib. He also says, can't compare me to no new rappers. They gotta be past legends. But one of my favorites here might just be Ain't No Clouds and It's 90 outside. That means it's grimy outside. But F it, you can still find me outside. Just a simple but chilling way to put it. So yeah, it's just one verse. I wish it was longer, but it's still one of the hardest tracks. Afterwards is the smooth Why Would I featuring G Herbo. Now this has a softer atmospheric beat that's a little contemplative. It's also very polished. Benny reminds us it ain't no sympathy for kings. They never gonna celebrate the throne. That was deep. And then he also asked, how could I not be getting better? Got some homies I never patch it with, but I want Dipset back together. G Herbo's performance was just okay for me. It's not as strong as some of his features in the past, but it's serviceable. Things get darker though with the next one, 77 Club. It's a hypnotic record with menacing keys. It sort of has your standard Black Soprano family production that was simple but got the job done. Benny said, muscle don't beat intelligence. How far I went in school is irrelevant. Wrong one to bet against. I gave my hood drugs like I had a degree in medicine. He also boasts, me and Hit Boy got a classic. Same thing for me and Harry. Do y'all think that Harry Fraud joint was a classic? Then the Butcher goes at the naysayers with the lines. They wonder how I did it. I'm hearing whispers from critics, but the numbers never lie. Neither do the analytics. Immediately after is Goldplated Leica featuring OT The Real. Now this is a late night spooky banger produced by Nickel Plated. It's nightmarish, and the feature verse and the hook from OT The Real sounds like it was recorded straight from hell. So yeah, it's a characteristically grimy feature from OT The Real. They're talking about how the body count rises in the summertime and having cameras everywhere. There's a lot of camera mentions on this track. Benny said, we can meet after I whip it and make the molecules moist. You know that rendezvous point was the barbecue joint. And he has the jewel. Think ahead, but be modest. It'll better your conscience. So many cameras in my crib, they think I sell electronics. That was fire. And, you know, he's shouting out some cities with, I got a dope line from Pittsburgh to Austin. So if you live in either of those cities, you might feel a little hometown pride knowing that Benny moved some work there. Then there's track 10, In the Wall, with Bun B. Now, this has a fun up-tempo beat from Houston's own Corey Moe. It's bright, it's flavorful, kind of feels like superhero music for kingpins. Benny's doing the double time flow. He has the amusing line, believe them when they say they sell dope because I know these dudes can't rap. Then there's a catchy enough hook, drug money for us all, they can't tax what's in the wall. And Bun B had one of his more upbeat performances in a while. You gotta love when Bun B has more of that bounce to his voice, and he's talking about riding dirty in the most authentic way here, asking, what do you know about moving dope across state lines with coke and a dirty gun? But yeah, this was a fun, joyous record with that slight Houston flair. It's UGK, the Black Soprano family repping. The second to last track is Pandora's with El Camino and Duckman. This has a wavy, I'd say boom trap beat with some cool synths worked in. Benny said, for 5 years I had these dudes playing Follow the Leader. I left the keys at the crib like a responsible drinker. That's like a really subtle coke bar there that was fire. But yeah, overall, this was a clean, well-produced BSF label type track. Then this project closes out with Lolos, and it has a sleek, almost West Coast type of instrumental that feels like it could have been produced by Hit Boy, but the production was handled by Bink, and it's very melodic and lavish. It's something smooth to ride out to. Benny has this sharp lines. I'm that quintessential hustler. Don't get gassed off rap quotes. I put glass in the game like that backboard that Shaq broke. I also dug. I had to slay dragons. I thought I was fighting demons. I just stayed locked in, still rhyming like I ain't eating. And that rhyming like I ain't eating really personifies the hunger that you get all through this album. So overall, I'm gonna give this project a rating of 4 mics. Benny low key is giving us some of his best rapping in a minute with this project. I feel like this release is going to get slept on because of zero promotion and the fact that it's up against the Clips and other projects. But the Butcher had a lot of quote worthy bars here, just reminding us why he's still such an elite rapper in 2025. And I have to stress this because I feel like there's been slightly less hype for Benny projects lately. But in terms of the production, I thought it was very solid. There was enough variety. It was kind of an eclectic batch of beats where there was like a little bit for everyone. Of course, you had the drumless Derringer beats that are going to appeal to some, also the wavy, motivational sounds that some listeners might prefer, and those gritty mafioso soundscapes were present. Now, there were a couple of beats that were just so-so, but I did like this project more than Excelsior and even Summertime Butch. Summertime Butch was a project that a lot more people seem to like than Everybody Can't Go. I was more in favor of Everybody Can't Go, but yeah, I do enjoy this one more than Summertime Butch. My favorite tracks include Jasmine's Hood on Fire, Summer 25, Gold-Plated Leica, In the Wall, Pandora's, and Lolos. So let me know what you thought about this project in the comment section. It's your boy Mixtape Mob. I'm signing out, but as always, it's peace and blessings. Benny the Butcher, Summertime Butch 2.